Hi everyone. So in this video, we are going to learn the book back question and answers from the lesson When the Trees Walked. Rome letter 1, synonyms. First, beside, nearby அப்படின்னா அருகில் பக்கத்தில் அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். செகண்ட், warmth, heat அப்படின்னா வெப்பம் சூடு அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம்ல, that is called warmth. Third one, vigorous, healthy and strong. Vigorous means பலம், energetic, பலம் வாய்ந்த அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறது தான் இங்கிலீஷில் vigorous அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. ஃபோர்த் ஒன், அவுட்ஸ்கட்ஸ், பார்டர். அவுட்ஸ்கட்ஸ்ன்றது வந்து எல்லை. ஓகே, அவுட்ஸ்கட்ஸ்ன்றது ஊர் எல்லைன்னு சொல்லுவோம்ல, தட் இஸ் கால்டு அவுட்ஸ்கட்ஸ், பார்டர். ஃபிஃப்த் ஒன், abandoned, deserted. abandonedனா கைவிடப்பட்ட அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். ஓகே. சிக்ஸ்த் ஒன், attention, concentration அப்படின்னா கவனம். அட்டென்ஷன்னா கவனம், கான்சன்ட்ரேஷன். செவன்த் ஒன், கன்ஸ்டன்ட்லி, கண்டினியூஸ்லி. கன்ஸ்டன்ட்லி மீன்ஸ் தொடர்ந்து, அப்படியே தொடர்ந்து நடக்கிறதா இங்கிலீஷில் கன்ஸ்டன்ட்லி, கண்டினியூஸ்லி அப்படின்றாங்க. எய்த் ஒன், ப்ரொட்டஸ்டட், அப்போஸ்ட் ஆர் டிஸ்அக்ரி அப்படின்னா எதிர்ப்பு தெரிவிக்கிறது, தட் இஸ் கால்டு ப்ரொட்டஸ்டட். ஓகே, கண்டனம் தெரிவிக்கிறது சொல்லுவோம்ல, எதிர்ப்பு தெரிவிக்கிறது சொல்லுவோம்ல, தட் இஸ் கால்டு ப்ரொட்டஸ்டட். அதுக்கு இன்னும் ரெண்டு வேர்டு இருக்குது, அப்போஸ்ட் ஆர் டிஸ்அக்ரி. இது ரெண்டுமே ஆன்சர்ஸ் தான். நைன்த் ஒன், ஷெல்டர், ஹவுசிங். ஷெல்டர் மீன்ஸ் தங்குமிடம் அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். ஓகே. டென்த் ஒன், நைட் மேர், ஃப்ரைட்டனிங் ட்ரீம். நைட் மேர் மீன்ஸ் ஒரு கெட்ட கனவு, ஒரு பயங்கரமான கனவு தான் இங்கிலீஷில் நைட் மேர் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. ஸோ லெவன்த் ஒன், இன்டர்ஃபியரிங், ஸ்டாப்பிங், குறுக்கிடுதல். இன்டர்ஃபியரிங்னா குறுக்கிடுதல் அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். ஸோ டுவெல்த் ஒன், எந்தூசியாசம், இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட். எந்தூசியாசம் மீன்ஸ் உற்சாகம், ஆர்வம். எந்தூசியாசம்னா ஒரு ஆர்வம், இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட். ஓகே, ஒரு உற்சாகம் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறது தான் இங்கிலீஷில் எந்தூசியாசம். 13th, spectacular, high catching. 13th, spectacular. Spectacular means கண் கவர் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம், பிரமிக்கத்தக்க, ஆச்சரியமாக. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய மீனிங்ஸ் இருக்குது. ஸ்பெக்டாக்குலர் மீன்ஸ் ஒரு ஒரு பிரமிக்கத்தக்க. ஸ்பெக்டாக்குலர்னா ஐ கேச்சிங், அப்படியே ஒரு பிரமிக்கிற ஆச்சரியமாக இருக்கிறதா இங்கிலீஷில் ஸ்பெக்டாக்குலர் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். 14th, ரேம்பிளிங், வாண்டரிங். ரேம்பிளிங் மீன்ஸ் அலைந்து திரி, சுற்றி திரி அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறது. ஓகே, ரேம்பிளிங்னா சும்மா அப்படி சுற்றி சுற்றி திரியிறது தான் இங்கிலீஷில் ரேம்பிளிங், வாண்டரிங் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. 15th, விஸ்பர். விஸ்பர்ட், ஸ்போக் இன் அ சாஃப்ட் வாய்ஸ். அப்படியே மெல்ல பேச்சு, ஒரு சாஃப்டான ஒரு பேச்சு, காதில் வந்து அப்படி மெதுவாக சொல்லுவாங்கள்ல, தட் இஸ் கால்டு விஸ்பர்ட். ஓகே, ஒரு ஸ்போக் இன் அ சாஃப்ட் வாய்ஸ், ஒரு அப்படியே சாஃப்டாக பேசுறது, ஸ்லோவாக. ஸோ தட் இஸ் கால்டு விஸ்பர்ட். ஸோ ரோம் லெட்டர் 2, antonyms. First, slowly. What is opposite for it? Fast. Second one, natural, artificial. Three, constantly, occasionally. Content, unhappy. Improve, worsen. Okay, so next, sold, bought. Seventh, later, earlier. Eighth, soft, hot. Ninth, warmth, cool. 10th, invite or refuse. 11, protest, support. 12, dry, wet. 13th, several or few. 14th, spectacular, dull. Okay. 15th, wild. அதுக்கு opposite, domestic. Okay, so this is the opposite for these words. Okay, so now let's move to the question and answers. When did the garden become a happy place for the author? Okay, when did the garden become a happy place for the author? எப்போ ஆத்தருக்கு வந்து அந்த பிளேஸ் ஒரு ஹாப்பியான பிளேஸாக இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. ஸோ த ஆன்சர் இஸ், த கார்டன் became a happy place for the author when his grandfather joined him. Okay, so whenever his grandfather joined him, the author feels so happy. Okay, so that's the answer. Second one, what are the two reasons the author gives for the plants moving towards grandfather? So I told you already, there are two reasons for the tendril moving slowly towards his grandfather. So the first reason is light and warmth. Okay, and second reason is they like to be near grandfather. Okay, this tendril loves being with his grandfather, that's why that tendril moving slowly towards his grandfather. Okay, so third question, what does the writer think that the people tree is a great show off? So I told you already when I was teaching this lesson, the people tree and the arasamara, it was looking so gorgeous, so big. Okay, so the answer is even when there is no breeze, that their broad-chested, slime-waisted leaves will spin like tops determined to attract your attention and invite you into the shade. Okay, so the appearance of the tree looks so gorgeous, so big, so that it seems like it is inviting everyone to its shade. அது பார்க்கறது எப்படி இருக்குதுன்னா அது வந்து அது நிழல் வந்து நம்ம எல்லாரையும் இன்வைட் பண்ணுற மாதிரி ஒரு ஒரு பிரம்மாண்டமா இருக்கு த பீப்பிள் ட்ரீ. ஓகே. Fourth one, why do we need trees? List of four reasons that a grandfather gives. So okay, so why we need trees? நமக்கு எதுக்கு trees இருக்கணும், எது தேவை அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. So we have to say the reasons. Okay, first we need trees to keep the desert away. Okay, if there is no tree means what will happen? The entire place will become a desert. இந்த உலகம் ஃபுல்லாகவே ஒரு டெசர்ட் ஆகிடும். Desert means what? There is no tree, there won't be any water, there won't be anything. Okay, so that the living organisms cannot be lived in the desert. So that if there is no trees, the entire place will become a desert. Second, to attract rain. So without trees we cannot get rains. Okay, so the trees are helping us to attract the rains. Third one, to prevent the banks of rivers being washed away. So if there is no tree means there won't be any rain. If there is no rain means there won't be any river. So if there is no river means there won't be any living organism in the world. Okay, so everything will be vanished. Fourth one, for fruits and flowers. Okay, so if there is no rain means we cannot get fruits, we cannot get flowers, we cannot get vegetables, we cannot get anything. So that fourth reason is for fruits and flowers. Fifth one, for timber. Timber means wooden furnitures like door, windows. So these kind of things are made of from trees. Okay, so these things, if the trees is not there, we cannot make any furniture items like them. Okay, so the fifth question is, why did the author help his grandfather plant trees? So why did the grandfather helped is why did the author help his grandfather? Grandfather எதுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்றாங்க அப்படின்னு கேக்குறாங்க. Okay, so the answer is, the thought of the world without trees became a sort of nightmare to the author, and so he helped his grandfather in his tree planting with great enthusiasm. So, when they were planting the trees, grandfather told him that if there is no water, if there is no trees, there won't be any rain. Okay, so that there won't be any people in the world. So this made him nightmare. Okay, this incident deeply impact whom? The author. So that after that the author started helping his grandfather to plant the trees in the mountains, in the riverbed, everywhere. Okay, so that's the reason he makes him to plant all the things and also to support his grandfather. So sixth question, what made grandfather plant saplings on the rocky island? Okay, so what made him to plant the saplings on the rocky island? Rocky island means a stony island, அப்படியே ஃபுல்லாக மலைகள் கல்லுக்கெல்லாம் இருக்குல்ல, that is called a rocky island. So what made him to plant the saplings on that? எது அவங்கள வந்து அந்த மரங்களை நட வைக்கிறதுக்கு ஸ்டிமுலேட் பண்ணிச்சு அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க, ஊக்குவிச்சது. So the answer is, there was a mango tree on the island, so grandfather planted sapling there. Okay, so there was a small mango tree in the rocky island, so this made them to plant all the saplings around the forest and also in the riverbed. So that's the reason. Okay, that is the answer. So seventh one, what did grandfather feel about trees growing in the house? Okay, so grandmother doesn't love planting trees around the house. Actually she doesn't love it, but uh, so that grandfather loves planting trees everywhere, but grandmother does not. Okay, so the answer is, grandmother felt that green trees growing in the house made it look like a roof brought down by jungle. So she doesn't support to plant the trees around the compound, around the house, so that she is helping so that she is telling grandfather to cut down the tree, but he doesn't. So that he feels like that tree is going to crush the house. The tree is going to crush down the house. அது என்ன பண்ண போகுது, அந்த ஹவுஸ் அந்த மரம் வந்து அந்த ஹவுஸை இடிச்சு தள்ள போகுது, அதனால அந்த மரத்தை வெட்டு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு கிராண்ட் மதர் சொல்றாங்க. ஸோ தட் பட் கிராண்ட் ஃபாதர் டசன்ட் டூ தட். ஓகே, so eighth question, why did the author leave town? Okay, எதுக்கு அந்த டவுன் விட்டு வெளியே போனார் அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. ஸோ த ஆன்சர் இஸ் த author left town to live with his father. Okay, so he left the town to live with his father. அவங்க அப்பா கூட வாழறதுக்காக ஆத்தர் என்ன பண்ணிட்டாரு, he left the town, அந்த டவுனை விட்டு வெளியே போயிட்டார். ஸோ நைன்த் கொஸ்டின், ஹவு டிட் கிராண்ட் ஃபாதர்ஸ் ட்ரீம் கம் ட்ரூ? அவருடைய கனவு எப்படி உண்மையாச்சு அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. ஸோ த ஆன்சர் இஸ் த ஐலண்ட் பிகேம் ஏ ஸ்மால் green paradise. ஸோ த என்டையர் ஐலண்ட் பிகேம் ஏ ஸ்மால் green paradise. பேரடைஸ்னால் ஒரு சொர்க்கம். ஸோ த என்டையர் பிளேஸ் பிகேம் the entire place became a small green paradise. அப்படியே அந்த மலைகள் ஃபுல்லாமே ஒரு பெரிய ஒரு 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 green paradise, ஒரு சொர்க்கம் மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு. ஓகே, பிகாஸ் த ட்ரீஸ் ஹாவ் மல்டிப்ளைட் அரவுண்ட் த மவுண்டன். So 10th question, describe what the author saw when he went back to the island. So I told you already that after several years the author went back to his native. So that after that he visited the island. So that he found, that he saw, when he went back to the island, the author noticed small trees, wild plants, and grasses had sprung up under the protection of the trees. Okay, so when he went to see the rocky island where they had planted the trees long back, the entire mountain had multiplied with a lot of trees. The lot of trees have grown up, so that the entire place was filled with the trees. So this made him, the trees they had planted long ago had multiplied. அவங்க ரொம்ப வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி நட்ட அந்த மரங்கள் எல்லாமே பயங்கரமாக வளர்ந்து ஒரு பெரிய அப்படியே ஒரு green paradise மாதிரி அப்படியே நல்லா அழகாக இருக்கு. ஓகே, ஸோ தட் இஸ் த ஆன்சர். ஓகே, that is what he saw when he went back to see in the rocky island. So I told you already that the author went back to England. After several years he came back to India, and when he visited the rocky island, the entire island was filled with a lot of trees. So that is the answer. Okay, so take the appropriate option. So the first is, according to the author, the tendril was moving towards grandfather about it. So why the tendril is moving towards his grandfather? So the answer would be, because that tendril wanted to be near grandfather, because that tendril wants to be with the grandfather. That's why it is moving slowly towards his grandfather. Okay, so second one, a grandfather had wanted the people tree cut down because, the answer is, it was knocking down the brisk of the outhouse. So grandma wanted to people tree to cut down, the people tree to cut down because, actually I have written wrongly here. Grandmother had wanted, grandmother என்ன பண்றாங்க, அந்த மரத்தை வெட்டணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. Because of what? Because the tree is destroying the outhouse. So that she wants the tree to cut down. So third one, grandfather helped grandma out with the gardening because he dash. So why grandfather is helping grandmother to plant the flowers in the garden means, because wanted to grow flowers and attract butterflies. Okay, so why he is helping grandmother is to grow flowers and to attract butterflies. Okay, if there is flowers means the butterflies will come and taste that nectar from the flowers. Okay, that's why they are coming there. So the fourth one, the author did not want to plant saplings in the forest because dash, because no one would come to see them. Okay, so the author asked his grandfather that why we are wasting our time to plant all the saplings here, because no one is going to come and see them. யாரும் அதை வந்து பார்க்க போறதில்ல, எதுக்கு நம்ம அதை வேஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம்? Why we are wasting our time? So the author asked his grandfather. Okay, so the answer would be, no one would come to see them. யாரும் வந்து பார்க்க போறதில்ல, அப்புறம் எதுக்கு நம்ம இங்க கஷ்டப்பட்டு நட்டுட்டு இருக்கோம் அப்படின்னு கேட்குறான் யார், ஆத்தர். Fifth one, grandfather felt planting trees would help the forest because dash. So the answer, the animals and birds would find it easier to live. Okay, the grandfather, why he is planting all the saplings here means for the life of the animals and for the birds. Okay, so it will be easy for the animals and birds to live in the trees. Okay, so if there is no trees means no, there won't be any animals and birds can live in that. Okay, so the sixth one is, when the author returned from England to Dehradun, he found a grandfather's dream had come true because he dash. Okay, so when the author came back to India from England after a long time, what he saw? He saw the forest covered the island. So the entire island was filled with a lot of trees. So this is what he saw when he came back to India after a long time from England. So that would be the answer. Okay. So now let's take a look at the paragraph question. First one, what did the narrator see on the island after several years? Okay, I told you already that the author came back to India after several years. பல வருஷம் கழிச்சு அந்த ஃபாரஸ்ட்டுக்கு போறாரு, அந்த மலைக்கு போறாரு. What he saw, that is the answer. Okay, so that is the question. So let's see the answer here. The author went to live with his father in Delhi. After 2 or 3 years, he felt he left for England. Okay, so the author live with his grandfather. Went to live with his father. After that, he went back to England for his higher studies. When he returned to Dehradun after many years, he walked towards the riverbed. So when he came to India, he directly went to the island to see what happened there. He was surprised. He was surprised to see the amazing view of the island where they had planted coral tree saplings. So when the author went to visit the island, the entire island was filled with a lot of trees. I told you already. So he became surprised. அவர் வந்து ஒரு பயங்கரமாக சர்ப்ரைஸ் ஆயிட்டார் பிகாஸ் the entire mountain was filled with trees. So he could hear squirrels and coal asking him who he was. You know, the animals and birds who are living in the trees, they are asking him, who are you? Who are you standing here? எதுக்கு நின்னுட்டு இருக்க? Because this is our place, this is our home, so you have no right to be here. So they are, it seems like they are asking him question like that. The narrator could see that the tree recognized him and came near to him. The tree they had planted long ago had multiplied. They were walking again. He remembered his grandfather's words and his dream had come true. So the grandfather and the author, they had planted the trees long ago. They have multiplied. ஓகே, அவங்க ரொம்ப வருஷம் முன்னாடி நட்ட அந்த மரங்கள் எல்லாமே நிறைய வளர்ந்து அந்த மரங்கள் அந்த காடு ஃபுல்லாக ஒரு க்ரீன் பேரடைஸ், அப்படியே ஒரு சொர்க்கம் மாதிரி இருக்கு. ஓகே, so now I have told you the trees question answers. So next, supplementary, the apple tree and the farmer. So read the following statement, say true or false. First one, the farmer had spent his childhood playing under the tree. Yes, it is true, because the farmer was spending his entire childhood stage playing under the tree, under the apple tree. So that it is true. So second question, the farmer felt the space could be used to build a house. So he thought that the apple tree is not allowing the vegetables to grow up, so that he is planning to cut down the tree. Instead of that, he is planning to plant the vegetables in the place. Okay, so is it right or wrong? Yes, the farmer felt the space could be used for the house, to build a house. அவர் வந்து வீடு கட்டுறதுக்காக அந்த மரத்தை வெட்டணும்னு நினைக்கல. He is planning to plant the vegetables in the place. That's why he is planning to cut down the tree. Okay, so that is false. So third one, the apple tree requested the farmer not to cut it. No, it is false, because that apple tree is not speaking to him. Okay, so the birds and animals are making sound, making commotion around the tree, so that it is false, because the farmer's daughter and her friends only requested him not to cut down the tree, but the tree is not asking him to not to cut down the tree. Okay, so the fourth one, all the little animals were happy about the farmer's decision. False. Yes, all the little animals were happy about the farmer's decision. False, because the farmer wanted to cut down the tree. Is it good for the birds and animals here? No, it's not good for them, so that it is false. A fifth one, the apple tree was home for all the little animals. Yes, it is the home for all little animals, so that it is true. So second one, B, identify the character speaker. So you have to find out who said this word, who said this sentence. Okay, first, please don't cut the tree. இது யார் சொல்றது? farmer's daughter and her friends. So they only told him not to cut down the tree. So they only requested him not cut down the tree. So the answer is farmer's daughter and her friends. Second, you can enjoy the shade when you become old. So who told this sentence? So this sentence was told by farmer's daughter and her friends. Okay, they only told him that you can enjoy the shade when you become old. நீங்க old ஆயிட்டீங்கன்னா you can enjoy the shade when you become old. So that this could be the answer. Okay, so third one, I promise that I will never cut the tree. So who told this? Yes, the farmer. So the farmer to his daughter. So the answer is the farmer to his daughter, because he only told his daughter that he promised him not to cut down the tree. Okay, so third one, choose the right option. First, the animal became worried. Because why they became worried? Because the farmer began to chop the tree. Okay, because of that thing, the entire animals became worried. Okay, because the farmer is going to cut down the tree. Second, the farmer's daughter and her friends became out. Because how they came out of the house? The answer is they heard the commotion of the creatures. Commotion ஒரு சவுண்ட், ஒரு பயங்கரமான சவுண்டு கேட்டு தான் ஃபார்மர்ஸ் டாட்டரும் அவங்களுடைய ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸும் வெளியே வந்தாங்க. ஸோ நோ ஒன் கால்டு them. Instead, they came out of the house by hearing the noise of the birds and animals. Okay, so that's the answer. So third one, the farmer promised that he would. அவர் என்ன ப்ராமிஸ் பண்ணாரு? எஸ், he promised that he would not cut the tree. He would not cut the tree. அந்த மரத்தை வெட்ட மாட்டேன்னு ப்ராமிஸ் பண்ணார். So that is the answer, C1. Okay, so read the passage and answer the following. So I'm going to read out the passage and then you have to answer me the questions given below. So all of a sudden the farmer noticed a small fruit hanging from a branch. It was an apple tree and looked as delicious as the one once he ate as a boy. He plucked it and bit into the juicy fruit. The memories of the fun he had as a boy came rushing back. When his daughter saw the changed expression in her father's face, he started pleading harder. Okay, so this is what the passage. We are going to ask the question from it. So first question, what did the farmer notice? அவர் என்ன பார்த்தாரு? Okay, the answer is the farmer noticed a small fruit hanging from the branch. So he saw a small fruit hanging from a branch. அவர் வந்து ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு பழம் வந்து ஒரு சின்ன கலையில தொங்கிட்டு இருக்கிறதா பார்த்தார். So that is what he noticed. So second one, what made him recall his childhood? அவர் வந்து சின்ன வயசை ஞாபகப்படுத்துச்சு, அந்த குழந்தை பருவத்தை எது ஞாபகப்படுத்துச்சு அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. So the answer is that delicious apple made him recall his childhood. Okay, when he tasted the little apple, he remembered all his childhood memories. Okay, அவருடைய childhood memories எல்லாமே remember பண்ணார், ஞாபகம் வந்துருச்சு அவருக்கு. So the third one, why did his daughter start pleading? So why did his daughter start pleading? எதுக்கு அவர்கிட்ட கெஞ்சினார் அப்படி கேட்குறாங்க. So the answer would be when his daughter saw the changed expression in her father's face, she started bleeding harder. So okay, so when he's changing his expression on his face, his daughter started bleeding him. அவருடைய அந்த ஃபார்மருடைய ஃபேஸில் அந்த எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் மாறும்போது அந்த டாட்டர் வந்து பயங்கரமாக அவரை கெஞ்சிட்டு இருந்தாங்க, ப்ளீஸ் ஸ்டாப் கட்டிங் த ட்ரீ அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஓகே, ஸோ ரீஅரேஞ்ச் த ஜம்பிள் சென்டென்சஸ். First one, the farmer had an apple tree in his garden. So that is the first one. Second, he spent all his childhood playing under the apple tree. Yes, he was spending his childhood under the tree. Third one, he decided to cut the tree thinking that it was useless. Yes, he thought that he thought it was not useful for him, so that he decided to cut down the tree. The fourth one, all the little animals in the tree pleaded with him. Yes, all the animals from the tree pleaded with him. அவர்கிட்ட பயங்கரமாக கெஞ்சிட்டு இருந்துச்சு. Fifth one, he did not listen to their cries. Yes, he did not listen to their cries. Sixth one, the farmer continued cutting the tree. Yes, he started cutting the tree and he doesn't care about what is happening around him. So seventh one, the taste of the apple brought back his childhood memories. Yes, when he tasted the apple, he remembered all his childhood memories. Yes, that is the answer. So eighth one, his childhood memories made him realize his mistake. Okay, so when he tasted that apple, he remembered all his childhood memories, and then he realized his mistake. So he stopped cutting the tree. Okay. So, question and answer. Think and answer. First question. Which part of the story do you like? Why? எந்த பகுதி உனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும்? எதுக்காக பிடிக்கும் அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. So the answer is I like the last part of the story because the farmer realized his mistake and puts down his axe. He understands that the tree was a home to many lovely animals and provided them so many things. Okay, so when he went to cut down the tree, all the animals and birds started making sound, so that yeah, his daughter and her friends came out of the house. They even started begging him. They even started begging him that not to cut down the tree. Even the birds and animals, everyone started begging him. So because of that thing, I love so much. When they were begging him, he pushed down his axe and he stopped cutting the tree. And he came to know that this is a home for all the small, lovely animals and birds. So that he pushed down his axe. Second, if the little animals became homeless, what will happen? அவங்களுக்கு வீடு இல்லைனா என்ன ஆகும்? பறவைகளுக்கும் விலங்குகளுக்கும் வீடு இல்லைனா அது என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. ஸோ த ஆன்சர் இஸ் தே வில் பிகம் டெஸ்பரேட்னா ரொம்ப மன உடைச்சல் ஆகிடுவாங்க. தே வில் பிகம் தே வில் லாஸ்ட். ஈவன் தே வில் சஃபர் அண்ட் சம்டைம்ஸ் டை. ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படும். ஈவன் சம்டைம்ஸ் ஆகிடும், அந்த பறவைகள் விலங்குகளும் இறந்து போயிடும். இஃப் தேர் இஸ் நோ ஹவுஸ் ஃபார் தம், அவங்களுக்கு ஹவுஸ் இல்லைனா. ஓகே, ஸோ தேர்ட் ஒன், what made the farmer realize his mistake? What made him to realize his mistake? So the answer is the memories of that fun he had as a boy came rushing back when the farmers ate a juicy apple which was hanging from a branch. This made the farmer realize his mistake. Okay, so when he went to cut down the tree, there was an apple hanging from a branch. He plucked the fruit and he tasted it. When he was tasting it, he realized, he remembered all his childhood memories, and then he came to know that this is a home for all the little animals. So that he realized his mistake. So that he pushed down its axe, and he promised that he would not cut down the tree. So this is the answer. So look at the paragraph question. What happened as soon as the farmer took his axe and began to chop the tree? அவர் அந்த மரத்தை வெட்டும்போது அந்த அந்த என்ன நடந்துச்சு அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. ஓகே, he went to cut down the tree, what happened அப்படின்னு கேட்குறாங்க. When the farmer took his axe and began to chop the tree, all the little animals, birds, and insects that lived in the tree came rushing down. So when he went to cut down the tree, all the animals and birds, even insects, they were rushing down from the tree, and they were making sound around the tree. They were running everywhere. They were rushing down. They were climbing up, so that everyone is making sound around it. They started rushing around alarm, chirping and squeaking all over the place. So all the animals and birds came to know that that man is going to cut down the tree, and then they are making sound. They are making sound. They are chirping. The birds are making sound. The animals are running around here. So all the things are happening around him, and they are trying to stop him from the cutting the tree. The farmer was adamant. He raised his axe, and the uproar grew. பட் அந்த ஃபார்மர் என்ன பண்ண, ரொம்ப அடமெண்ட்டாக இருந்தார், ரொம்ப ஒரு பிடிவாதமாக இருந்தார். ஸோ தட் அவர் ரொம்ப பிடிவாதமாக இருக்கும்போது என்ன ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா, அந்த பறவைகளும் விலங்குகளும் இன்னும் சத்தம் போட ஆரம்பிச்சிடுச்சு. he began to chop the tree harder. திரும்ப என்ன பண்ணுறாரு, பயங்கரமாக அந்த மரத்தை வெட்ட போனார். சாப்னா கட் பண்ணுறது. ஸோ he started chopping the tree harder. All the little animals became desperate and wanted to protect the apple tree at any cost. They ran around in circles, making the huge commotion. Okay, the birds and the animals, they are almost ready to stop him. Okay, they are trying their best to stop him, but they could not, because the farmer was so adamant to cut down the tree. So that everyone ran around in circle, making huge commotion. எல்லாருமே ஒரு சர்க்கிளில் அந்த மரத்தை சுற்றி பயங்கரமாக ஒரு கமோஷன், ஒரு சவுண்டை எழுப்பிக்கிட்டே இருந்துச்சு. Okay, so children, this is what the question answers. You children have to prepare yourself for the test. Okay, so wish you all the best, children.